Yo, what's going on, team? It is your coach Brian here, and welcome to my 15-minute core strength. Now, we're calling this one total body core on account of the fact that you are going to be utilizing each and every single one of your limbs for our core work today, essentially making it total body. But first things first, team, let's get started with our warm-up. Meet me in a sit-up position. This is gonna be super quick, super sweet, get you in, get you out, all right? Cross the hands, or place your hands across the shoulders, the chest. We're gonna exhale, crunch, hold for 2, and then inhale, lower. Flow through this here for about 3 to 4 reps. And what we're doing is we're just waking up the abdominal wall. So you should feel this all throughout the front side of the abs. One more here, hold for 3, 2, 1, release. Palms face up, activate, lift the shoulders off the ground, keep everything engaged, and then we're just gonna go from pinky to heel, all right? So working the obliques here, feeling this all throughout the side of the abs as well as the front side because that should be engaged, and then releasing. Okay, now that we performed our warm-up for the core, it's feeling good. If you need a little bit more time, feel free to pause it and then dive a little bit deeper with those same 2 exercises to warm it up a little bit more if you need it. If not, perfect. We got bird dogs and we got forearm side plank leg lifts. Those are gonna be the 2 movements that we perform for this first set. For the bird dog, we're gonna start in tabletop, all right? From here, we're going opposite hand, opposite knee, locked in, and then the other side is going to lift and extend, like so. After that, we'll go forearm side plank leg lift, starting in that side plank. If you need an option, knee goes down, and then we're lifting the leg up from here. That's your option. If you're ready for the full variation, then we just lift the leg from there, all right? But starting off in that bird dog position, tabletop, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Be mindful, team, as we go through these movements, to not allow the hip to externally rotate too much, all right? So you want to think about keeping the hip pointers facing the floor as you lift. And one way that we can make sure that that happens is by engaging and activating the glute that is getting lifted. All right, relax, release. We're on the ground. We're gonna do these 2 exercises 2 times through. So if you need that option here to start, feel free to take it.
Boy.
So we want to think about keeping this hip as far away from the floor as possible. Driving that leg up and essentially getting that heel in alignment with this top hip. You got about 10 seconds to flip sides. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. Make sure that the heel is in alignment with the elbow and that elbow is directly underneath your shoulder here, all right? Now, on par and in alignment with the title, total body core, all right? You guys feel that. It's not just the core that's working, especially on that last one. I felt that in both of my glutes, all right? You feel that in the quad. You feel that in the biceps, even the forearm, as we're pushing into the ground, forearm. So you get this total body core activation, and the core is what's sending all of that power and strength into the other limbs. All right, so keep that in mind. It starts with the core. Everything spawns from the core. Flipping back over, let's get set for our next round of bird dogs. Real quick, real sweet. Like I said earlier, we gotta get you in, we gotta get you out. All right, brace the abs. Exhale, lift. Inhale, return to center. Now, another thing that we want to keep in mind is the placement of the neck. So if you keep your chin tucked, spine stays neutral. A lot of times you'll see people looking up, okay? And you even see it a lot, especially in push-ups. And that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Don't worry about anything but keeping that head neutral, chin down. Nice. All right. Slowly, gracefully, make your way down to the mat. If you're ready for that challenge, extend the legs as we lift. Now we're still syncing this breath to the movement, all right? Exhaling as we lift, inhaling as we lower. Embrace those shakes. You're human. It's completely normal, all right? Even I, who is a fitness professional, get a little shaking going on from time to time. One way we can reduce this is by pressing this leg that's connected to the floor, that heel, that foot that's connected to the floor, digging that foot into the ground, the outer portion of it. That's going to help stabilize a little bit as well. Obviously, we're done with that set, but you can use that as a mental note for the next time you go through these. Moving forward, team, we have our bodyweight suitcase crunch and the hip bridge march. So for the suitcase crunch, we're here in a sit-up position to start out. We're going to bring the knees so that they're directly over the hips and the heels are parallel to the floor, okay? Now, hands are going to be up and overhead. Exhale, reach the hands towards the ground. Inhale, bring it back. After that, we'll go into our hip bridge marches. So for this one, hips are going to stay up, and then we're just going to drive one leg away from the floor at a time. Okay, those are going to be the two moves, and then plank shoulder taps, which I'll get into during the rest because we'll have time then to talk about it. All right, so 30 seconds for all three movements. Suitcase crunches is what we're starting with. We're on the clock, we're working, and I want you to do your best to go through the full range of motion. This is how we're going to maximize this work, okay? Yes, you can go here and maybe you'll still feel it because the legs are lifted. But if you really want to get the most out of this next 5 minutes here, we're shooting for full range of motion. We're trying to get those hands almost to dang near touch the floor, okay? Gently, not like me, gently put the feet on the ground, all right? Keep the heels close to the glutes to start. Drive up, hold, brace, engage, and press the shoulders into the earth. This is going to help with keeping the hips up. You can also place those hands, those fingertips, dig them into the ground. And slowly, slowly, slowly release the hips to the floor. All right, we got plank shoulder taps, team. So we'll start in a high plank position, wide base at the feet. Bring the hands up to the shoulders. Always an option here to do this one from the knees. All right, hips up, engage, breathe, and tap. Keep everything stable. Engage the glutes. Control your body. Firmly press those hands into the floor. So strong. Nice work, squad. Now, enjoy this 50-second rest and recovery. We only have one more round, okay? Starting off with that suitcase crunch. Your goal here for this last and final set is to go through the entire range of motion. I really want y'all to feel the burn, team. And even as I did it, like I showed you guys the different ranges of motion, right? When you limit that range of motion, and we're here, I said, yes, you can pulse. Yes, you can limit the range of motion if you need to. But ultimately, I want you here, all the way. Get those hands to touch, if we can. Last set, best set. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging too, at the bottom of your rep, you can even bring the hands back. Ooh, exhale. And as you swim around, you're gonna feel that core definitely work a little bit harder. Oh, wow. Okay, rub out that belly. Wow, yeah, love it. We love it. Last set of hip bridge marches, all the way up. Step it. Knee to the ceiling. Stay under control. Remember your strength. And don't let those hips sag. Don't be complacent. Tap into the power from within. Last one. Slowly, slowly, slowly bring it down. Plank shoulder taps for the win. This is it, gang. Glutes engaged. Let's go. All right, let's go for real now. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a little couple extra reps in before. That was just a little warm up. You know what I'm saying? Be methodical. Keep the quads active. Do not let the hips sag. Good job, squad. Release. All right, check it out. We got 60 seconds to cool down, wind down, reset, and since the main thing was the main thing, which was the core, we're gonna spend a little bit of time in Sphinx pose. So I want you to start with your elbows directly underneath the shoulders. You're going to allow the hips to stay connected to the floor, pressing into the forearms, shine the chest forward, eyes forward, and you should start to feel that abdominal wall begin to stretch. Now, if this is a little bit too much, especially on the lower back, which I know it can be sometimes, you can alleviate that by walking the elbows forward a little bit, and then breathing into the stretch from here. We got enough time for about 1 to 2 more inhales and exhales. Relax. Push yourself up. Fantastic work, team. Very, very proud of you and the work that you put in today. Congrats to you for showing up for yourself, becoming a better version of yourself, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your health and wellness journey. I'm your coach, Brian, and I'll see you in the next one.